Okay, so we are live. All right. Okay. I hope people will join us as soon as possible. I would have loved to read your profile, to them. But better still for those that is going to, I mean, they are going to watch the replay. So I'm just going to read your profile. I'm just going to read your profile for everyone to know that. Oh, we have Kara Anaya here. Hope I'm right with that pronunciation. All right.
That's perfect.
Okay, so everyone, for those that's going to be watching us later, Kara Anaya, a storyteller whose voice carries the weight and warmth of ancient bands, crafts words with our words and breathes life into vision of self-love and holistic healing. So through her, you are the ones, the YATO program. She masterfully employs the 3-1 process, an alchemy of physical, emotional, and spiritual transformation. So, at the heart of Kara's teaching is the golden thread, a symbol of the intricate connections that bind our lives, fostering a seamless tapestry of growth and understanding. So each word Kara speaks is a bread of creation, shaping realities where individuals learn to embrace and love their authentic selves. As storytelling does more than the capture attention, it captivates the spirit, inviting profound changes that resonate deeply within the souls of our audience. So Kara's narrative is not just told, it is lived and breathed, and making the ancient act of bandic storytelling a transformative power in the modern world. Our voice, both a beacon and a sanctuary, guides others to find harmony within themselves, crafting stories that not only tell of change, but that forge it in the very breath we take. Awesome. I mean, that kind. I mean, this biography about you is just so deep, very deep. Nice having you. It's a good time being with you on this live session on this webinar. I really do not take this for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So over to you.
Thank you, John. What an amazing introduction, and what an amazing process to be in, to be able to sit in this intention of mindful meditation and how to share that with others through the process of the 3-in-1 and the golden thread. So I'm super excited to be here and to share the information that I have received and how I have used it to find that calm within the storm. A lot of people, even right now, are having a lot of thoughts going through their head. You know, maybe you're still playing what you heard John say about me. Or maybe you're thinking about what you need to do next and wondering, should I even be here? Is this worth it for me? What kind of connection am I going to receive? And this is the whole kind of idea behind meditation, to sit in peace, to find that inner quietness, to find that moment when the storm subsides so you can just be at one within. Really, the trinity of all that Yeshua talked about in many religions, finding that peaceful space within. It is within you, and it is within me. I meant within you and within me, right? So we each find it. It is a path that we walk. However, there are stepping stones that we can help each other guide. And for a long time we would sit in meditation, and I've tried this. I've tried sitting in meditation, clearing my mind, getting to the white room, getting to that beautiful space so that I could hear the one within. But which voice? I would hear a whisper here, and I'd be like, no, 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 white room. Oh, did I miss a chance? I would hear a whisper there. Oh, wait a minute. No, shh, shh, white room, white room. So there's so much misunderstanding behind meditation. The whole reason meditation came into effect again was to find that peace within. But this is something that you can do every moment of every day. So this is not something that is to be situated and put on a pedestal for a unique time and place. It is meant to walk throughout life this way as one, not as the many, so to speak, when you hear all of the voices and all of the chaos. So here is what I did to get to this point of calmness within. Excuse me.
It's fine.
So what I did was, I recognized that the thoughts were not going to go anywhere, even in meditation. Talk to gurus, talk to people that do lots of meditations. The thoughts never stop coming. So what do you do with the thoughts? Well, I learned a process, and the process is called the 3-in-1 process. And it deals with physically, our physical bodies, our emotional bodies, and our spiritual bodies. Because for too long, we have focused on the physical. For too long, I have believed that this body is Kara, this is Kara. Just like this car, I would never get in and say, oh, the car now is Kara. I would never get in and say, oh, the body now is Kara. It is a part of me, as this car is a part of me as I drive in it, but it is not all of me. And if I forget to address the emotional, and if I forget to address the spiritual, then what I am doing is only taking care of one part of the problem. So anytime I step into and work with anything, a thought that comes in, first I have gratitude for it. I say thank you for the thought. It is coming to me because I'm calling for it to come to me. So it is here to provide a service for me. And if I push it away and I say no, I don't want you here, because maybe it's not a good thought. Maybe it's a thought about finances, or maybe it's a thought about something I don't want to hear. If I push it away, then it builds in momentum. It hasn't been able to deliver its message. It gets bigger and bigger. And if I put more emotion into it, if I put emotion of, oh, I really hate that that stupid thought keeps coming here, it's getting more energy. It's building and building. It needs to finish what it started. Just like we each feel like we have a need to finish what we start. So we increase these emotions and make them grow bigger instead of helping them by saying, I recognize you. Thank you for being here. Gratitude. Having gratitude in every thought that comes to you, even if you don't like it. I don't like that thought. I'm grateful that you're here because I don't like you. I don't want this in my life. No, I've made a choice. It's been distinct. No, no to that, yes to that. We get stuck in the emotions and the stickiness of them. In the good ones, we get stuck in the feeling of the it almost feels like home. Like for me, my home is food, right? I love food, the physical aspect of food, of eating it. And that can be seen on my body because that is an area that I need to work on. So I got stuck in the emotion of eating, and where did it take me? What memory did it take me to? What place? What happiness? Where did I go to escape the reality of where I am here in the present moment? So when we talk about meditation and we talk about taking just a moment to meditate, what do you do throughout the rest of your day? And I tell you, there is a way to handle that, again, with the golden thread and the 3-in-1 process. Let me explain the golden thread. Let's say you're driving and all of a sudden you think, ooh, I'd like to have this to eat tonight. Take a moment. That's a golden thread. It's a thought that has come to you. Does it bring you happiness? Does it bring you joy? If you follow this thought, is there excitement along the line? These are the golden threads to follow if you are trying to bring that into your life. Again, maybe you have a thought of, oh, I'm so broke. I don't have the money to do X, Y, and Z. That too is a golden thread. Follow it. Find the root of it. A, thankful, have gratefulness for every thought that comes in, but follow it to find out where it is leading you. These golden threads are woven throughout our lives from the past to the future. And once we start to follow them with the knowing that we have within, instead of our physical body who can only do physical things, it's very limited. If we broaden it out to our emotional and to our spiritual beings, because we are three in one, then we can start to harness the true potential of what being a human means. We haven't even seen it yet. We have seen like the tip of the iceberg, and that is all. So, in every situation, what I do is I look at all three areas. How does this affect me physically? How does this affect me emotionally? How does this affect me spiritually? And I take it in a living, breathing moment of working towards all that I am becoming and all that I am to the future. And this is something that we each can do. It is an internal path that we walk through, because what I have experienced, you know not of. And what you have experienced, I know not of. But there are golden threads woven between that we can understand. Maybe you're a mom, you know, maybe you're a woman. These are all golden threads. What do we choose to put our attention and our mindfulness on? Not our brain. Our brain is only there to process information. Yes, we like it. No, we don't. The emotions are there to sweeten it, to make it beautiful. Why we love it, why we don't like it, right? Everybody talks about dark and light, good and evil, yes and no, so to speak, right? In reality, they flow together. It is not a separation. Forever, if you, I want you to close your eyes, right? Think of your favorite dessert. What do you love more than anything? I opened my eyes, sorry. What do you love to eat more than anything? Like, that is your favorite food. Again, I go back to food, right? Think about that. And then think about eating that day after day after day after day after day. It's not so favorite anymore, huh? So when you understand that emotions and all that we have was meant to enlighten each other, to lift each other up, so that when you eat that beautiful, sweet, oh my goodness, tasty dessert, and you get a bit of spice or a bit of sour, you go, oh, it accentuates it more. One moment, please. The same is true of emotions. So when something comes to us and we don't like it, and we're supposed to say no. When something comes to us that we do like, we're supposed to say yes. We're not supposed to get stuck in the emotion. And too often we do get stuck in it. And then we add to it. We add all of our past that we have ever perceived to increase it. So this matrix that we are walking through and trying to break, so to speak, is really a walk of, can you see the patterns in your life that you have laid for yourself? Can you choose to break those patterns? And how does that look with you? What does that mean? And I tell you, the basis of where to stand is right now. What are the thoughts going through your mind at this moment? Are they feeding you the food and the fuel that you want? Are they telling you that you are amazing and you can go beyond the stars and do that which you desire? And then it doesn't matter what hurdle you have to walk over, you will find it. You will find your path to get to that outcome. Or are they telling you, she's a little boring. Maybe we could watch something else right now. She's annoying. Or maybe you're not even listening to me here. Maybe you're already off in your own world, your own fantasies, doing whatever. All of that is possible and probably occurring. And that's okay. We are meant to take in this information and say yes, no. But we get to indecision and we stop and we freeze. We don't know what to choose. What's the right way? What spiritual path? What book do I walk down? How do I maneuver this, you know? And so often it is again reaching out. What are they doing? What are they doing? And taking puzzle pieces to bring back into yourself to see what fits you, because it's all within. It's within you, it's within me. What I like and don't like is going to be different than what you like and don't like. I love myself completely. What some would consider flaws and all, absolutely all of them. Some would say, oh, you're too big. You eat too much. You vape. Nicotine's bad for you. You drink caffeine. That's not good either. And so many people are stuck trying to fix those problems of themselves, and they miss the bigger picture. It was never about fixing your problems. It was about accepting yourself for who you were. And that acceptance, in and of itself, that love comes in and it boils up within you that so many things are drop away. So the real you is left behind. When I started the process, I had many more addictions and many more things that people would consider bad or whatnot. It didn't matter to me. I wanted to know, what does Kara want? Not my oversoul, not my higher self, not God the creator, all that is. He created me to find out what I wanted. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because I've been serving for a long time. I've been giving all of me away. And to have Abba come to me and say, no, I want to give to you. I, Abba, God the creator, all that is, wants to give to you. What do you want? That's what he's saying, or she, to each one of us. They are saying that to you. I want to give to you. What do you want? What has your process of this life of yes and no shown you? What do you want? And we get stuck again, frozen. Well, what did that Judah Spencer guy say? What did that John Edwards dude say? What did Kara Anaya say? No, 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 no. What do you want? Go within, love yourself, find that aspect of you that is crying out for what it wants in this world. And part of that, again, goes into recognizing who you are, because you are more than the body that is sitting behind the screen watching me. You are an emotion that I feel at this present moment within all that I am, because we are one. You are a thread, you are a song. You are more than this moment in time, and yet this moment in time is the most precious thing ever. You are the spirit that glides through all that is. You are more than you ever imagined. And so often these mystery schools or these places that have this information are standing at the precipice saying, okay, what have you obtained to provide an enrichment in order for me to give you this information? Excuse me. And for me, it's always been, is this not just a birthright of being human, to know that we are more than this body? Is that not just a birthright of being human? To know that these emotions and thoughts that I have fought with my whole life were not mine. I have my own. They are silent and they are quiet, and they are very, very a lot less than what this was. What this was is everyone screaming in the wind. And when you scream in the wind, she picks it up and she carries it. And if I am screaming the same song into the wind, I am going to hear that song come back to me. So what are you singing in the wind? Are you screaming? Are you yelling? Are you getting rid of your frustrations? Some of that's healthy and good, and there's a way to do that without calling that back to you. But honestly, We are music, we are color, we are fluidity, we are more than this body. And when we step into understanding that and seeing it within each other, when you look in your eyes in the mirror, as I look in my own, or when you look in my eyes, what is reflected is home. And that wholeness, that authenticity, that oneness within that breaches and it calms the storm. Take a minute, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Is the chatter just a little less? Is the calm just a little more? Have you started to go into the flow of the story that I tell? Because when we stand in the oneness of who we each are, we have a voice of authority that cannot be overshadowed or overlooked. It is something that pierces the storm and gets to the heart. It's something that can be felt. And this is what you should be looking for when you're looking for people to help teach you where to go and how to go. And I want to step back because it's not a teaching. It feels like a teaching sometimes, but it truly is a remembering. All that you have is within. All I can do is bring you to the water, right? You have to drink. But that water, that well is overflowing within you. It was overflowing within me, and I still was parched. Excuse me. Mm, I find such humor. I too was parched, and yet I still am. Oh, we are evergreen learners. We are ever more learning and growing and becoming. And and this is a hard concept to understand because so many people are still stuck in the body. When we are sitting in a meditation and we go into the me of the we, when I go into the me of the we, I want to explain the breath work just a little bit as it was shown to me. When you take a deep breath in and you expand all that you are, your lungs, everything, you are in the we. When you breathe out and there's barely any breath there, that is the me, right? Or the I. That is the point. Like when you can hardly breathe, that you feel very alone. And this too goes through all of life, right? As you walk through in many ways the valley of the dark, because you are facing those things that you that don't align with you anymore, or maybe they never did align with you. Maybe you took them on because that's what you thought society wanted for you to do, and maybe society was really 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 strong in saying that this was the norm and what should be done, so you took that on. You are going to start breaking or loving. I love everything. I give it gratitude and then I give it love, because everything is created from the consciousness of God the creator, all that is, and God the creator, all that is love. Everything comes from that, and then it is twisted and turned and made into something else through our perception of it. I can look at the front of the elephant and you can look at the back of the elephant, and our perception of that elephant is going to be different, but they're both going to be true for what we're seeing. What I'm asking you to do now is to start walking around the elephant and seeing it from every viewpoint. Open your eyes to that you are more. Yes, me, Kara, can only see the front of the elephant. But when I open up into my emotional and my spiritual selves, they can see and know so much more. And when they open their eyes, they've gone around the whole elephant because they are all that is. And this teaching is from what I understand, this teaching is being taught in a lot of different fields. I think I've been told that it is come from the law of one and a lot of different areas. But for me, this was an internal, this was my walk, my path. So the words that I use are gonna be different because I didn't get this information from someone else. I got it from within. What I want to give you today are the tools that you can go within as well. So, the golden thread binds all that is together. You can follow it in joy and happiness or in sorrow to find what it has to share to you. Um, as Bashar would say, he is one I watch because the information that comes through Daryl is very similar as the information that comes through me. But what Bashar would say is follow that which brings you excitement and happiness. Because I want to explain why he says this. The reason that we follow the excitement and happiness is because God, the creator, all that is, wants to give you a present. And these are the clues we call, I think some people call them synchronicities, things like that. I see them as puzzle pieces or golden threads. These are the clues that they have laid out for you. So your excitement will take you there. Now, how many times, let's be honest, how many times has our excitement taken us somewhere we didn't like, right? And we get to that moment and we haven't been taught this. We haven't been taught this, so we don't know. We are living in this world of bombardment with no real defining structure other than be good, do good, say good. But what does that mean to you? And do I really have to do it because you say it, but then you don't do it? So where's the authenticity there? Going into that lower space and having that be a gift to you is really hard. But what Abba is saying is, please finish this. Finish this. This is a cycle that has been going on in your life for generations. You know, mom would get drunk and dad would hit mom. This is a generational cycle. These are the sins of the father. These are the sins of the mother. These are the sins. These are the mistakes that we are supposed to say, no, I don't care if my mom drank, which she didn't, bless her heart, but I don't care if she drank. I am choosing not to. These are the moments that when we have those thoughts that come into our mind, we can say, thank you. You have shown me that I don't want that. Me here, Kara, this person, not anyone else. I don't have to strive to be, to look for anyone else. I don't have to be better. You don't either. You're perfect just the way you are. And I know right now, ooh, ego's going to come in and start, saying all these things. And I want to talk to ego for a minute. I want to talk to each one of your ego. And I hope that when we are done with this meditation, you talk to your ego this way too, okay? I'm getting close. Thank you. Thank you for everything you have done. You helped that man, that woman. You helped them get through stuff they couldn't have done without you. I see you and I love you. Now come home, baby. Come on home. Come back and help guide that amazing individual and soul that you are there to help guide. You are important. We are not going to kill you or cut you off. You are not going to be left behind and you are not going to be forgotten. I love you. Sorry. Okay, this is how I talk to my ego because my ego has done things that I couldn't have done. Who I am, Kara, who I am, right? And then after my ego did those things for me, I treated her like crap. So make peace with that side of you that will stand up and fight for you. Make peace with what people call the shadows or the darkness within, because they are just trying to find their way home too. They were not meant to be here for this experience either. They have taken a great burden on their shoulders, a great burden. And it is time they want to come home as well. All of this is finding that space within, that unity, the Trinity that Yeshua talked about. The Father is within me. What I can do, you can do also. And I know that all paths lead to God, the Creator. All that is because we are made from His consciousness. There is no avoiding this. There is no cutting. There is no breaking off. There is only love. That is who you are. That is who I am. And we are just remembering it. John, do you have any questions for me?
Not really, though I have so many questions to ask, but I think I'm quite enjoying the whole process of the teaching, the
Okay.
emotional part of it. You know, it's amazing. Please carry on.
Okay. Okay. It's very difficult to set up a presentation for this and allow for my authenticity to be true. So very rarely will I have actually something written. What I do and what I did the night before is just went into communication with Abba, the creator, all that is. A lot of times, I think that we mistake meditation for being that which is actually communication. So when you go to the still soft space within, you are finding a way to communicate, to get out of the way, right? For Kara or the ego or whatever, to get out of the way so that we can hear what is coming through. And oh, John, do you mind muting, hon? Sorry. And as we step into that space, I want to go back into the three in one first, though. I want to really solidify this, that you know that we're dealing with physical, emotional, and spiritual. This is for meditation as well as for all aspects of how I walk. John, do you mind muting, hon? I'm hearing a lot of thank you. um, I don't have the way to mute you, John. Thanks. Um, when you step into the three in one process, you are recognizing that there are going to be layers of what you're dealing with. So I want to share a story with you. I've been going through this process of finding that I don't have the emotional triggers, I guess would be many ways of saying it, and thoughts that come with them as I did before. I'm scared of heights. Kara's scared of heights. And having that fear taken away was huge. And I found out that the fear, I didn't have it anymore once I resolved some other issues in my life. But here's how I found out that I didn't have the fear of heights anymore. We came to Kansas. We're here now. We're helping with the storms that were going on out here. And we drove over a dam. And it was not like a big dam. It was a 2-lane highway or road over the dam. And there was no median. I mean, there was no median, there was no sides, there was nothing. You couldn't stop, and it was sheer on the sides. And before I had this gift or this key open to me to have the fear um, to resolve, there was a resolution of some other areas that helped unbreak that. But before, my knees would have gone very weak. I probably would have closed my eyes. I probably would have been holding on to something. And this time I was free. I was so free. I was looking over the edge. I wanted to see how far down I could go. Now I wasn't thinking of jumping, okay? I wasn't thinking of anything weird like that. But I was enjoying the view and my knees didn't get weak. And then as we got done with that, and I'm patting myself on the back, going, yeah, I did it. That's awesome. That's cool. My husband went around a curve really sharp and I got scared and my body grabbed the side. I grabbed like the side like this. I was so scared. I was like, what? And I realized as I'm holding it in fear, I don't feel fear. My body's reacting to it. My body's reacting to this. So there is a residual that is occurring within the body that still needs to let go. And much of what I've dealt with, it has been with the emotions over the last year and a half has been crying. So there's a need for the body to express it, even though there's not a need inside to hold it anymore, right? I've acknowledged it and recognized it and sent it love so that it can complete what it was here for. It's done, but the body's still in trauma. So the physical body, what it holds on to, what it relates to is very different than the emotional body and the spiritual body. And we have to look at it that way. If I stub my big toe, my brain doesn't go, oh, she just stubbed her toe, no big deal. No, my brain goes, the foot is gone. That's what it thinks. I'm actually certified as an ERA specialist. And part of what I do is go into the body and help realign, well, not realign, align the spine back to how it should be in homeostasis through vibration. And I learned all of what I'm sharing with you from Dr. Woodruff. He says the body doesn't understand the difference. So what I took from that knowing and understanding, I went in and I said, Abba, what about emotions? Does the brain understand the difference of emotions? And he said, no. And I said, oh my God, no wonder we take something that's so small and we make it so big. The brain doesn't understand. It's been given something, and instead of saying no pass, right? We're saying no, 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 and we're making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And the brain doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know that, hey, really, we should pass on that one. Don't grab that. This is not life and death here. This is about whether somebody might have accidentally flipped you off. Excuse me. But or said something unkindly. And again, it's going through the filter and the perception of everything that is running around in your brain to even get to that point that you can hear what I'm saying. And then the brain wants to take you back to where you were before, even when you have that aha moment. It is programmed to do that. It is programmed to take you back to that traumatic point in time. So anytime this trigger happens, this thought, this emotion comes in, right? So how do you retrain the brain? Again, love, gratitude for what it does, and recognizing that the brain can only go so far. And that's why I love that this is called mind. This is about mindful meditation. The mind is a combination of your brain and your body and all of the physical aspects that make you so amazingly you, and your emotions and your spirit. And we've all touched upon what I am speaking about in some area, at some moment, at some time. Maybe you were a basketball player, maybe you were really good at reading or sports or math or in some area of your life, and you went into what I used to call the zone. Didn't matter, nothing but net. I was doing what I needed to do on that basketball court. Maybe yours was with math, or maybe your zone of genius opens you up to something more. But that's when you connect with all that you are. Because again, like I said, you are not just this physical body, you are an emotional and spiritual body as well. And when you work in unity together, then all opens and appears for you. But then we go, oh, it was a fluke. I was lucky. No, no, you were aligned with the flow and you were dancing the dance. You were going where you needed to go, and you had joy and love in your heart. And did it matter that somebody stopped right in front of me and I had to, do a really fancy turn and dribble, dribble, dribble to get that layup? No, it didn't matter. That was an adventure. That was fun. If every time I ran to the basketball hoop, there was nobody there and I had a clear shot, really how fun would that be? But again, we get stuck on the emotions. So once we start to realize that here in this plane of existence, we need some of the dark or the dirt or the muck to lift up the light, then we start to respect that more. Who wants to do the crap jobs? Who wants to work mopping out toilets? Who wants to do those crap jobs? Do we appreciate those who do? I do. I absolutely do. And when you get into a space and time, crap jobs no longer become crap jobs. They become very loving. But we continually pick up these beautiful fish from the ocean and throw them in the air and say, fly, fly. Why won't you fly? And we don't understand that the reason it's not flying is because it's not meant to fly. I was not meant to be a mom like my mom is. And yet I spent the last 30 years pretty much, probably 28 years berating myself for not obtaining her level of achievement. And yet I know that on my own path and on my own journey, I was able to help her see some areas that she wishes that she would have done. And we shifted and grew together. So wherever you're stuck in, wherever you are, I truly, truly hope you realize how amazing you are, just the way you are. And I know that all those really, really, really bad thoughts are going to come up right now and try to whisper in your ear and tell you that there's no way that you can be loved because of A, B, and C and ego. Please stop. Honey, stop. We love you. We absolutely do. We love you. Help. Help. Don't be a burden anymore. Help. You coming home too, honey. Step into the knowing that you are amazing just the way you are and start to love yourself that way. Now, if you love yourself and you're doing something really obnoxious and you don't care, that's okay. But recognize others may not love you for that reason. They'll love you, but they may not like that. And we are each on our own path. So we have boundaries and we need to use them. We need to say yes or no. I'm helping my friend Shelby right now, and I will not go in her home. There is dog and cat feces on the floor, And I am not going in there. I have helped her 3 times to do this before. I am done. But she has got other help here to do that, and I will help on the outside. Find out who you are authentically. Find out who you are. Own it and love it. And that peace within will start coming. Okay. Thank you. Is it question time, John? Give me a hot minute.
All right. What a powerful one. I mean, one thing I love about this session is the way you were able to express yourself, tell your stories, and able to navigate in what others also might be going through. It's a powerful one. It's a powerful one. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, I know you've talked about that, but is there something you'd like to tell us about routine? You know, routine in helping us to be mindful in our daily living. Is there something can you give us a kind of a journal or a timetable we need to follow? Is there something you have for us
I,
as regards that?
I actually recommend doing the exact opposite, to break through the matrix, to help yourself wake up in many ways, right? To recognize who you truly are. Start following the path less traveled. Now, for many people, that means don't follow the group, right? Follow your own path. It's a less traveled one. No, that's not what it means. It means that you already have a routine. You already have a schedule. You already
Oh,
have all of that. Break that up. Instead of going left to work, you always go left to work, but you know you can go right. It's just a little longer, go right. Instead of going to this coffee place, go to a different one. Instead of ordering this food, try something new. Every little break you make in this very routine pattern that you have created for however long you have been alive, right? I'm 49. So for 49, well, hot minute, 48 is when this started happening. So for, 48 years, I had learned and created my pattern. So the easiest and the best way to break it is to stop with that. Start in those that are in the coaching field are teaching this. Brush with your left hand, cross midline. There's a reason to cross over. Hug yourself to cross the arms. Um, Step into anything that, again, following that highest level of happiness and joy that you may attain. But I would say break that pattern. Don't do the routines. Do something different. Yes, we still have to go to work, but find a unique way to make that happen. Does that help?
all right. Yeah, that helps. So, what in summary, it's trying to tell us to follow our own path. Very, very important. And you know, I think we are wired differently. I think I would say that the way you operate might be a little different, or let me say, a whole different from the way I'm going to operate. What works for
Absolutely.
me is not going to work for you. Do you
Exactly.
understand? Okay, but it's just that some people would love to hear of how other people how they do their thing and they want to replicate such thing, thinking it's going to bring
Mhm.
results for them. But I think from what you're saying now is that we need to study the way our body reacts, the way our daily activities, how we can, bring everything together and ensuring that it gives us a positive results. So it's a powerful one. Thank you for that. You want to say something?
Yes, I do. Yes, because I want to expand upon that, because yes, you're so true in that, but also it's also about the puzzle pieces that you have. Like right now, the thoughts that are going through your mind, know that that is what you are creating in your life, right? Even me here, I am creating some anxiousness. I'm creating some not. I do not want to be here. This is not my highest joy and highest place of happiness at this moment. So what I am starting to learn to do is, how can I create it to be that? because we can be in any moment in time that we want to be, because there really is no time. We are here in the present moment, and this is a different subject we can talk about later. But if that's the case, then we can choose to create it and make it happy even in a very dark space. That light is there. It's ready to shine and be the love that it is. You just maybe need to find it in a different right way. So what I'm going to do after this beautiful meeting, thank you guys, is I'm going to go dance. I'm going to turn on some music, work on the outside, and dance and try to shift that within. But yeah, it is within. It's within each one of you. You guys are amazing. And I know you can friggin' do it. If I did it, anybody can do it.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. I really love the response. I love the response. Okay, all right. I think, okay, I'm just going to say something. I'll be having a live session with a particular young lady, and who has been sexually abused.
Mhm.
So, and what would you suggest, for routine as regards someone in this situation? What would you suggest for the person who has been traumatized, sexually abused, and all of that?
I can suggest what I did for myself, because really what's going to work for her, and please share this with her, okay? What's going to work for her may be different than what works for me.
All right.
But what I did is I went within and I recognized a, okay, this is hard. Oh God, how do I share this? I recognized that I, Kara, could probably commit any atrocity in the world if I had to. It's a fact. And and if I can do that, then how do I resolve that what I consider evil or bad within me, right? If I could kill somebody or hurt somebody else or do anything to anybody else, then how do I resolve that within me? And when I understood that I could be the perpetrator, then I also understood that I could be the victim too. And what do I learn from understanding either viewpoint? How does this help me move past that which has happened to me into being able to be free of that bond? And I went and I looked at it and I said, thank you. Thank you for that experience, because you showed me what to look out for and who to be wary of. You showed me the signs of the men and or women, that might do this in the future. And when I acknowledged that, I had a knowing of who would do it. I'd been hiding it for so long that I wasn't connecting to it. And when I didn't connect to it, I couldn't fix anything. I was a victim waiting for somebody else to come and fix it. So stepping into the knowing that you can be both gives you almost a power back, and then being grateful to it because it did show you. And what did it show you? Really take that down, write it down, know what it is that it showed you, because that is a definite no for me. But don't get stuck in it, honey. Don't get stuck in that. That will take you down, and it will take you down for a long time. You take your power back, and your emotions are your power. So you bring those emotions back to you and you use them to fuel you to make sure it doesn't happen to you or maybe to no one else. Maybe that's part of what you are here to do, is to share that with the world. So find that within you that helps you take that back and become the amazing, powerful being that you truly are. I hope that helps, John. I do. It's a hard one.
Yeah, thank you so much. But it's just the way you connect your emotions to. I understand you also have your own story too, and
Yeah,
you know, at times we go through a lot just for others. We at times we have to just be. I'm not going to say the scapegoat. I'm just going to use the word. We have to be the sacrificial lamb for others to learn from. So, you know, at times life, or let me say our purpose are different. So we need to just do everything no matter what I mean our backgrounds, how we were treated, how people abused us, but we actually need to get back for other people. And I'm glad you're also
absolutely.
I'm
And
glad
and one of
I'm okay.
I'm sorry.
No, no, no,
And
please go
one,
on.
let me add one thing. This is something that really, really resonated with me. Our
Okay.
past is either pulling us back or pushing us forward.
Yeah.
So that aspect of my past was pulling me back. I had to address it. I had to look it in the eyes. I had to look at it and say, I recognize you for what you are. And I'm saying, no, thank you for teaching me A, B, and C, sending love towards it. And sometimes love is not possible. I understand that. I really, really do. Just say thank you. And sometimes I don't even do that. Just sometimes I just say, I see you. Go over there. I'll deal with you later. Know that there is no right or wrong on this path, that you are doing exactly what you need to do, and you are amazing.
Awesome. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, we have our own stories too. So probably during my own session, I'm going to be dishing out my own story. So
Sure.
everybody we get to learn something also. We get to learn something, and it's so amazing. I wish everyone online would. I don't know if you have any question, please you can type your question and let's see. And in the absence of none, you can also go to the video, replay the video again for you to understand everything Kara has said to us. I mean, what a powerful session. She has been able to connect herself so what I mean, it's a beautiful thing. She was able to connect our own story to all the things she said. So I mean, that's just being real to yourself, and she's being real to us, not faking it. You know, others when you bring others on here, they try to just want to look perfect. They want to look extraordinary. You know, at times it doesn't work for most people like that. It does not work. So
We
thank you,
all want
Karen.
that, right? We all want to look perfect and have people look at us and go, oh, she's so perfect. Yes, we want that. But it's okay. It's okay to be perfectly imperfect. That's good too. Thank you,
Most
John.
time it's okay to be vulnerable so that others can you can connect. You know, it takes someone who has been there to be able to connect with someone who is going through the same scenario or the same event also. So it takes someone who has been there. So
Yeah,
thank you so much, thank you so much, and hopefully,
absolutely.
probably we are going to talk on the group again, and hopefully we can do something more for Nigerians because something I know about we Nigerians is that we Nigerians we tend to show we are bold and brave. We tend to show we are bold and brave, and we want to just we easily adapt to whatsoever thing that is not convenient for us. In Nigeria,
Yeah,
we adapt to those things. We just want to readjust. And as much as it is, or let me say, as much as that can look perfect, but deep down, we are fighting battles, and deep down, we are trying to just break out, and it's leading to anxiety, it's leading to depression, it's leading to a whole lot of things. And
yeah,
from there, it kills our self-esteem. we find it difficult to relate with one another because we want to look perfect, we want to look like everything is going well with us. So
Yeah.
I believe one of the webinars or the programs we'll be having next, we'll be able to reach out to more Nigerians. So we plan that since I think this is just the first. No, okay, this is not the first session. Correct Minds will be holding. I think about third, but something big like this. I think this is the first big event we'll be holding, and we thank God for all the preparation. We thank God for trying to help us to set
Yes.
everything because I get to see how the whole live session can look like and changing colors and how beautiful it can be. So I know the next one is going to be perfect. The next one is going to be a good one. So thank
It's
you. We
gonna.
are
I don't mind
I'm going
getting
to have
messy with you, John. Thank you, John. I don't mind getting messy with you. My group's actually, it's called You Are the Ones, but we're known as the Messy Misfits. We don't mind getting
oh,
messy. We just want to progress. Yeah, it doesn't look great. I don't have a studio behind me, and that's okay. At least I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm saying, I'm here. I'm all in. So yes, John, I'm all in. You let me know. You let me know the time. I'll be there.
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So wow, it's more than an hour already. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how much to say thank you, but just accept my little things. Accept just this small thing. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to message you. Okay. All right. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. All right, thank you everyone. You can go back to watch the replay of the video. It was just a powerful one. I mean, she was able to connect herself to all the stories she said, to all the teachings. So I believe you're going to be blessed if you go back and check out the whole thing. All right, so see you again tomorrow. Be blessed.